All right, next time I get out, boop 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 boop. I go over to the lobby of the jail or whatever, and hide behind a coat rack. Blink out again. Now I'm at the door. Can't
Sure.
do all that with Misty Step.
You do most of that with Misty Step.
Yeah. Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Blink. Okay, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. That was an excellent demonstration of blinking. Fun fact, when these are off, I can't see, I can't make out our faces on my computer screen. I'm that blind. This has nothing to do with the spell Blink, of course. This spell is more like popping in and out of existence, and I did not have the energy to jump under my desk. So this is a 3rd level spell for sorcerers, wizards, artificers, trigger domain clerics, archfey warlocks, and hexblade warlocks. Cast in time of an action. Range of self, verbal somatic components, duration 1 minute, no concentration. Good. School's transmutation. You roll a d20 at the start of each of your turns for the duration of the spell. On a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from your current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane. The spell fails, and the casting is wasted if you were already on that plane. So don't be on the ethereal when using this. At the start of your next turn, and when the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal plane, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of the space you vanished from. If no unoccupied space is available to you within range, you appear in the nearest unoccupied space chosen at random if more than one space is equally near. You can dismiss the spell as an action. While on the ethereal plane, you can see and hear the plane you originated from, which is cast in gray and shades of gray, and you can't see anything more than 60 feet away from you. You can only affect and be affected by other creatures on the ethereal plane. Creatures that aren't there can't perceive you or interact with you unless they have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
This is such an odd duck of a spell. Such a weird little thing.
Yeah. It's fun. It's cool though.
I think both of those are true. Is it ever worth casting is the more interesting question that I have on my mind.
It's gotta be. That for some reason.
For some reason?
Trying to wrap my head around what that reason might be. All right, let's talk about combat first. What are we doing with Blink?
So here's the first big problem we have to talk about when we talk about Blink is its casting time and its duration.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be blinking, you have spent an action blinking.
Okay.
That's a problem because that means you're not doing anything else on that turn. If you're doing this prior to a fight, you go, okay, great. We're not in a fight yet. I'm not actively in danger. I'm going to cast Blink. So now I'm going to start randomly popping in and out of existence. You don't get to pick if you pop in or out of existence. You just do. So at the start of your turn, you roll a d20, and it'll roll at 11 through 20. You go, boop, I'm gone. I'm on the ethereal plane. And then you can walk around on the ethereal plane, and you can appear near... Well, you can't walk around on the ethereal plane because it's not your turn. So, okay, you're on the ethereal plane, and then you appear next turn, poof, down 10 feet within a space you vanished from. You can't then bounce back on that turn, because it's at the end. Okay, so you could bounce back then on that turn. You get to the end of the turn, you go back onto the ethereal plane if you want to. And this can kind of be like a, I am not in this world to be attacked kind of situation. So maybe like you're an arcane trickster, and you're like, all right, I stab, I vanish, hopefully, and then I come back and I stab, and then I vanish, hopefully. That's the play pattern it inspires, right?
Or, I mean, like, yeah, stab, and now I'm over here, stab. That's, yeah.
You move 10 feet, Bob.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I'm behind you, haha. That doesn't matter as far as game mechanics goes, but it's still fun.
Sure.
Yeah, 10 feet, I mean, if you're in a big scrum of combat, then that could matter. Okay,
I'm gonna try and sell you on this. Let's say you're currently getting your ass beat, right? There's a big old ogre with a club that's cracking you over the head over and over again. You're a wizard. You're like, I need to be out of here. It's your turn. You got a 3rd level spell slot available to you. Do you cast Blink?
Okay, no, that's not the time when you cast it.
Okay.
You see the ogre. You see the ogre. You think, oh, he's probably gonna kick our ass. I'm casting it now.
But how is that valuable then?
I don't know. I'll find uses for it in the moment. But what I'm saying is the action cast time doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. It's got
How
a
are
minute.
you? I don't see how this helps you in that
All
when
right.
it like if you conceptualize
50%
it
of the
as
time, you're not getting attacked. You're not getting targeted for attacks.
you currently aren't getting targeted by attacks anyway.
You do. You
You
are
don't
when
get
the
to
ogre
pick.
comes over.
But you have other party members. You're not in a vacuum. It's not you against the world. You're
I
the
know.
wizard, right?
Yes.
And like you're
But
in the
if
back line hypothetically.
hypothetically, but if the ogre knows that or wants to target you because you're the wizard shooting off your powerful wizard spells.
Like
Yeah.
blink.
Well, no, not that one. You're blinking so that you can avoid being targeted while you cast your more powerful spells.
So half the time you can avoid being targeted while you're
Yes.
casting your more powerful
Yeah.
spells. I don't see this ever functioning as intended. I have cast this spell personally. My first character I ever played was a arcane trickster, wizard hybrid, but illusionist necromancer stuff. It was really fun. I used the spell. It mattered not at all. It just didn't. And I was
I
in
think that's
combat. I was punching things. I should have just taken another attack action. I should have just saved a third level spell slot for something actually productive. I should have fireballed or cast haste or cast slow or cast any other of the really exceptional third level spells at your disposal. If you have a round where you go, I could be in danger within the next minute, and your answer is, I will cast blink, so maybe some of the rounds I won't be in danger, that just seems like a waste of a spell slot to me. That seems like a waste of a prep round to me.
it. Probably is. Let me ask you: when you were using that, did you have fun?
No, it
No.
just happened sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what fun is it to go, oh, I'm on the ethereal plane now, and then you watch the turn rotation go around, you watch every one of your allies get attacked, and you weren't gonna either get attacked anyway, or you weren't gonna go down if you were attacked, and you appear back, and you have your regular turn, and you roll, am I still here? I guess I'm still here, and they go, okay, I attack you once, and you go, okay, I'm still not under, and the next turn, you do your actions, and you pop back out. It doesn't matter. It's not having that much of an impact. It's just changing some HP prioritization. It is wildly inefficient use of resources. I think the spell is pretty uncastable.
All right. Well, we've just talked about in combat. Yeah,
Can it
probably.
possibly be better out of combat? You don't get to control it.
Well, what can you do? I mean, maybe there's some ghosts around that you want to talk to.
You use this as
So,
a means of having 6-second windows to talk to people on the
no,
ethereal plane in between your
once
turns.
no, once you get into the ethereal plane, I don't think you have to come back.
It's the end of your turn. At the start of your next turn, and while the spell ends, if you are on the ethereal, you return to an unoccupied space. It is not optional.
Oh, all right. Yeah, well, 6 seconds. You say,
Hey, how are you doing about your
hey,
mom? Back.
hey, ghost, meet me at the pub later. Yeah, I don't know.
That seems. I mean, like, you could use this to get out of jail, but so could Misty Step.
Yeah.
Like, a 10-foot teleport, which is what this can kind of be, is multiple 10-foot teleports. Like, maybe there's like a.
Well, that for getting out of jail, like, all right, first I got to get out of the cell. I got to pick that
Wait for
spot over
Blink.
there,
Yeah.
and then all right, now I'm hidden. Guard walks by. Hopefully, I'm flickering in and out of existence. He walks by, didn't see me. Good. All right, next time I get out, boop 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 boop. I go over to the lobby of the jail or whatever, and hide behind a coat rack. Blink out again. Now I'm at the door. Can't
Sure.
do all that with Misty Step.
You do most of that with Misty Step.
Yeah. Depends on how
So,
the prison is designed, I suppose.
both in and out of combat, there is also the problem, right, where creatures can expect you to come back in, and they can see after the first blink, oh, okay, that's what's happening. And then they ready an action, and this doesn't have text anymore. They ready an action to hit you when you land, and you go, oh, no, and now I'm being shot at still. So the defensive measure doesn't even really feel like it's that effective. Like, I ready my action to shoot the wizard whenever he reappears, and you go, oh, crap, I forgot they could do that. And then you reappear and get shot. And you're like, I guess this really didn't do anything. Because, like, if you're going to try and defend concentration with this, you're spending an action casting concentration spell and an action casting this. And then I'm like, what kind of encounter gives you 2 prep rounds? That you were immediately going to be then threatened to drop the concentration, but Blink sometimes protects? I don't see it. I'm trying to come up like to swat away commoners before they come and tell me I'm wrong, but I'm giving this a 1. I actually think Blink is uncastable. I don't think you should put it on a character sheet. I think it's a waste of a spell. So I think as a second level spell, we'd still be having the same conversation. As a first level spell, we'd start to talk about something a little bit more interesting because it's a really cheap teleport. But like where it's at right now, I don't think there's any reason to ever put this on a character sheet.
I
I
don't
think
think
it sells a fun fantasy, and then you'll use it once and be like, that wasn't fun or interesting.
I don't think we'd be having the same conversation as a level 2 spell. I think level 3 though is particularly rough because of all of your other options. That like really.
I'll cast Mirror Image over this every day of the week, and it's also a second level spell. I'm not casting Mirror Image that much.
Right, I'm just saying, but you know, the change in power of third level spells, that's really the final nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Definitely the
Ooh.
final nail in the coffin.
I don't know if I can give it a 1. There's got no, yeah.
What? You can't pick whenever you're gone.
I know.
You have to spend actions doing this. It only lasts a minute. I don't see it. When can you ever strategically use this? When is it better than casting a different third level spell? When's it better than spending your action on anything else meaningful of another first level or higher spell?
I'm thinking escapes, but yeah, more often than not, Misty Step's got this covered. All right.
Retreat is better in that window. Then you're moving at least.
Yeah, but you can't get out of the cell.
Lockpicks exist. There are mundane ways of solving that problem. You don't need a third level spell that might get you out of the cell to do that. That's not neither here nor there.
Yeah. All right, 1 it is. I don't feel good about this one, but yeah, it's level 3. That's too much to ask.
Way too much. Fun fact: it's on 2 Warlock spell sheets, and neither Warlock option should ever put this on the character sheet because it sure doesn't upcast, and you don't want to spend 5th level slots on Blink. Let me tell you that.
All right, that was Blink. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I imagine we're going to have some different opinions, and I welcome them. I want to like this spell more than I have come to now. So let me know what we've missed down in the comments. Tell us your favorite Blink stories. Otherwise, like, subscribe, all that. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.